Alright, so today on Deep Tracks we tackle the 90s band Garbage. Garbage is a band that I personally think does not get its due. It is fronted by one of the best vocalists ever in Shirley Manson, and has one of the biggest producers ever in music on drums in Butch Vig. I believe that they got typecasted in the 90s with their hit songs Stupid Girl and Only Happy When It Rains, and people just don't realize how amazing this band is. The layers of production and sounds used on the songs are just amazing. Believe it or not, Garbage has 7 studio albums out and even more B-sides than you can count. Their catalog is vast, and narrowing it down to a few songs is going to be a challenge for us. In case you haven't figured it out, Garbage is one of my favorite bands, so you will definitely be seeing more videos on why Garbage deserves more listens and a lot more deep tracks by them. So be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when we post more videos. Okay, so as usual we start with our essential Garbage tracks. As you can see, it's a good list. The big hits are here: Stupid Girl, Only Happy When It Rains, I Think I'm Paranoid, Push It, Queer, and others are listed. I added a few more just because I have too many songs I want in our deep tracks list already, so I put some of their well-known songs here that weren't hits, but were kind of hits. For instance, like Vow. Vow was their first single and how we got introduced to Garbage. It's a great song. And for people outside the US, Cherry Lips was a big hit for them in Europe and around the world, but for some reason it didn't get as much airplay here in the States. It's a great boppy rock song, so I added it here. So this is our essential Garbage list, and with that I'm going to give us 10 more deep tracks by Garbage you should be listening to right now. And we start with song number 1. I literally want you to stop right now what you're doing, including watching this video, pause this video, go listen to the song Control, preferably with headphones and a high quality recording of it. This song is easily one of my favorite Garbage songs. It is just simply amazing. It is on the heavier side of Garbage's catalog. There's a lot of crushing guitars and sounds along the way, and I love it. It has a trippy middle part and has just a banger, as they say. Control is definitely one of our first deep tracks by Garbage. Put it on our list, and we'll move on to song number 2. Supervixen is the lead track on their debut album, Garbage. This song has some amazing lyrics, a great beat, and one of the most awkward pauses in a song that you will ever hear. But this song is amazing. It rocks. Garbage always has good lead tracks on their albums, and this is by far one of the best. So add Supervixen to our deep tracks playlist, and we come to song number 3. So I've listened to Garbage since the very beginning. I saw the first time Vow was on MTV and ran out and bought their album the next day. I saw their second ever live concert, and this is back in 1995 when we were just finishing the transition from hair metal to grunge and hearing songs that you've never heard before. As Heaven Is Wide is one of those songs. I really don't know how to describe the song. The beat is amazing and the guitars rock, but it has a haunting melody and amazing lyrics by Shirley laid out on top of it. I can remember saying back in the day that I've never heard a song like this, and I still don't think I have. Though our next deep track is kind of close, but let's add Heaven Is Wide to our deep tracks playlist and move on to song number 4. So, on Garbage's second album, version 2.0, sandwiched right in the middle of the album is a song that is so different and so amazing it is in the same vein as Heaven Is Wide, but sounds completely different. Hammering in My Head is a song I argue feels like it was recorded in the year 2198 instead of 1998. I often feel it belongs in the timeline of movies like Blade Runner 2049 or Johnny Mnemonic or some sort of future action movie. This song has a great beat, great lyrics, and is a must listen to. So, Hammering in Our Head goes in our Deep Tracks playlist, and we move on to song number 5. So the next few songs come off of Garbage's version 2.0 album. Most people argue that it is their best album, and a lot of the deep tracks prove why people say that. I personally still argue that their debut album is their best, but that's a story for another video. Right now we'll talk about Medication. Medication showcases a side of Garbage that is just amazing. They have these soft, trippy songs, and Medication is probably one of the best ones. It takes a special mood to listen to this song and appreciate its foley, but let's add medication to our deep tracks playlist and move on to song number 6. Our last song off of version 2.0 is the song Dumb. I love Dumb. It's a fun song. The beginning of the song is really cool, and the song is a quick 3 minutes 50 seconds, but rocks the whole time. It's a great example of Garbage's rock and roll side, and we'll add Dumb to our Deep Tracks playlist and move on to song number 7. Our next song comes off of the album Bleed Like Me. It's a song called Right Between the Eyes. The album was largely overlooked, and I suggest you check it out. There are some really great songs on it. One of the rockers off the album is a song called Right Between the Eyes. It's kind of like Dumb. It showcases the rockier side of Garbage. I highly suggest you check it out. So let's add Right Between the Eyes to our list, and we move on to song number 8. I almost put Empty on the Essentials list. It's off their album Strange Little Birds that came out in 2016 and is a good rock tune. There isn't too much to say about Empty. It was released as a single, but it didn't chart too high, as Garbage really doesn't fit into today's music days. It's a great little song, so let's add Empty to our Deep Tracks playlist and we move on to song number 9. So I mentioned earlier that Garbage has a ton of B-sides. And what is odd is a lot of their B-sides are actually their best songs. Nothing showcases that more than their first ever B-side, Subhuman. Subhuman was a B-side to their very first single, Vow, and was left off of their debut album somehow. The song is great. I highly recommend you listening to it. It's a great rockin' tune. So Subhuman is our first B-side on the list, and we'll move on to one more B-side to finish out our Deep Tracks playlist. I really don't know if I can call this song a B-side technically, but it is a very rare Garbage song. It was featured on a compilation album called Give, Listen, Help, which was a charity album to raise money for a cure for children's cancer. It's a song called Witness to Your Love. It's sad that the only place to find this recording is that one album. It's a really good rock and roll song and would be considered one of my favorite songs by Garbage. I know most streaming services do not have the song, so you'll have to do a little searching to find it. I know YouTube has some recordings of it up there, so try to check out Witness for Your Love where you can find it. We'll add it to our Garbage Deep Tracks playlist, and there you go. There is our 10 Garbage Deep Tracks playlist that you should be listening to right now. And as usual, we will combine our two lists together to give you our Garbage Deep Tracks Ultimate playlist. This list looks pretty good to me. I know there are a few more dozen songs I would like to add to this list, so be sure to look out for more Garbage videos, and be sure to give Garbage a listen to whenever you can. They are an amazing group. But that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Leave us a comment on our other Garbage songs that you would like to add to the list, or any other artist you would like us to do videos on. But as always, keep on rocking.